Before you buy travel insurance, here are 7 things you should know. A lot of people have questions about travel insurance. Should I get insurance for my trip? Should I have my next trip insured? Is it a good idea for me? Do you buy travel insurance? So, I'll answer some of these questions and more in this video. All the information you could ever want about travel insurance. Hello everyone, welcome to Success Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about what are the advantages or benefits of having travel insurance. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. The first thing you should know is that not everyone needs travel insurance. To decide if it's a good idea for you, you need to think about how willing you are to take financial risks when you travel. Travel insurance is meant to reduce the financial risk of traveling. So you should think about the trip you're going on. What did it cost in money? How much money will you lose if you can't go or something goes wrong? Is it a few $100s for plane tickets or a once-in-a-lifetime trip that costs $30,000? You should think about these things when deciding whether or not to buy travel insurance. You also need to think about how much peace of mind is worth to you. If you worry a lot, peace of mind might be worth a lot. The price is the second thing you need to know. Most of the time, travel insurance costs between 5% and 12% of the total value of the trip being insured. The most important thing is how old the insured person is, and if you are over 50, it usually goes up a lot from there. Children under 17 may be free or get a discount if there are already some adults on the plan. Prices for travel insurance can vary a lot, so be sure to shop around and don't just go with the company your airline or cruise line recommends when you book directly with them. The third thing to know is that there are many different kinds of travel insurance. Travel insurance does not come in one size that works for everyone, and each travel insurance plan covers a different number of places and situations. What are the advantages or benefits of having travel insurance? So let me tell you about some of the things that a travel insurance policy might cover that you might be interested in. Trip cancellation coverage is the most common type of coverage for travel insurance. If your policy includes trip cancellation coverage, your insurance will give you back the cost of your trip if you have to cancel for one of the reasons that are covered. By the way, most travel insurance policies don't cover the COVID-19 coronavirus as a reason for a claim. Trip interruption coverage is often bought at the same time as trip cancellation coverage. This one kicks in if you have to stop your trip halfway or a third of the way through because something happened and you have to go home. In that case, the insurance would give you back the rest of the money you paid for your trip but didn't get to use. Your trip delay insurance will pay for any extra costs you have to pay because of a delay. So if you were ever stuck at LAX or London Heathrow for 6 to 18 hours, you might have to spend the night in a hotel. That's why you need trip delay coverage. One thing that could be important to you is health insurance. A travel insurance policy with medical coverage will pay for any medical bills you get while you're away. You might also want to look into emergency evacuation or transportation coverage. This way, you need to go to the hospital in a third world country and need medical transport or emergency evacuation. They'll pay to get you to a better country with better medical facilities. Death or dismemberment coverage. This one is kind of sad, but if the person covered dies, is dismembered, or loses a limb, they're next of kin. Or, if they were dismembered, the insurance company would pay out the money for that part of the policy. Baggage coverage. If your luggage gets lost, broken, delayed, or stolen, your insurance will pay for the costs. When you go on a trip, rental coverage will cover your rental car. Change coverage will pay for any fees you have to pay to change your airline or cruise ship reservations or whatever else needs to be changed. These kinds of coverage areas are less common, but you might need them depending on where you're going. The first is how political evacuations are covered. If there's an uprising or something similar in the country, we'll pay for your transportation out of the country. When you see the word comprehensive on a policy, it usually means that it covers most of the things we talked about above. If a policy says reimbursement only, you pay first and then get paid back. Some people may pay before you do. If someone needs to be taken to the hospital, the insurance company may pay for that directly. So you have to figure out if you have enough money in the bank to pay for these possible costs, and then fight with the insurance company to get your money back. Annual policies are another type of insurance that is interesting. If you travel a lot, you might want to think about getting an annual policy that covers all of your trips in a year. If you go places a lot, this would make sense. Before we continue to discuss what are the advantages or benefits of having travel insurance, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The fourth thing you should know is a bit more about your health insurance. I think this is one of the most important parts of travel insurance, so I want to talk about it more than I did before. So first of all, if you already have health insurance, your plan or policy may cover you while you're traveling. Read the fine print or call your insurance company to find out what you're already covered for before you buy travel insurance. That way, you won't waste money on something you already have. You do need to look into the details a little bit because if your insurance company says they cover you, they might actually be billing those coverage items at out-of-network rates, which could lead to really expensive medical bills if something happens to you while you're traveling. You might want to look into a policy that gives you emergency airlift service to get you to a nice hospital. As your trips get more adventurous and far away, this kind of coverage becomes more important. For example, if you're hiking in the Himalayas and something happens to you up on the mountain, you'll need a helicopter first. Then, once you're done with the helicopter, you'll need an airplane to get to a normal place. So that can add up to a lot of money very quickly. Credit cards are the fifth thing you need to know. So a lot of people ask, do I need travel insurance if I already have a credit card with some premium benefits? Well, that depends on what kind of card you have. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is an example of a card that has the best travel perks. It covers lost or damaged luggage, trip delays, trip cancellations, and trip interruptions. There's also coverage for medical evacuation, travel accident insurance, and emergency medical and dental costs. Your premium card will determine all the benefits you get. When to buy travel insurance is the sixth thing to know. Many people think that you have to buy travel insurance at the same time you book your tickets, flights, or cruise, but that's not true. Most types of travel insurance don't have to be bought until right before you leave. If you buy trip cancellation insurance, the earlier you buy it, the more value you get out of it. If you buy it later, you might not get the benefits anymore because something might have already happened. If you didn't buy it at the same time, you had to cancel it. Some policies do say that you have to buy it within 7, 14, or 21 days of booking your trip. So you should look into the rules and try to book it around at the same time, but you don't have to. So the seventh thing you should know, and the question most people ask, is whether or not you need travel insurance. I don't do that very often, and I'll tell you why. I usually book my flights with miles or points, and with miles or points, you can usually get your money back or make changes directly with the airline for free or for a small fee. I will say that you should probably get travel insurance if you're planning a once-in-a-lifetime trip that's all paid for, non-refundable, and costs a lot of money. You'll want to make sure that all the money you spend on that trip doesn't go up in smoke if something goes wrong. Also, travel insurance makes a lot more sense if your health insurance won't cover you while you're traveling and you don't have a premium credit card with all these benefits. We've reached the end of another video and thank you for watching. I hope you have learned what are the advantages or benefits of having travel insurance. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.